All right, here we are. We're going to open up this meeting. It is, according to my phone, it's 6:31. Not bad. Let me write that down. And this is posted in accordance with the provisions of MGL Chapter 30A, 20B. The proceeding will be videotaped and rebroadcast by Area 58. Tonight's meeting is going to be somewhat fast. Next month, I took a lot of notes. I went through the agenda, not the agenda, the Zoom that we had, and I took all of that, and I'm going to create an outline for next month's meeting, so it'll be more extensive. So let's move number 5, which is the next meeting, and let's make that meeting for next month. I'm looking at September 10th. It's the second Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Is that approved for you people?
I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that?
Should
You're
be
fine
good.
with that? Okay. I don't think, do we need a motion?
I'll make
for
a
that?
motion, it doesn't hurt. I'll make a
Okay.
motion that we have our next meeting of the Carver Redevelopment Authority on Tuesday, September 10th at 6:30 p.m.
I need a second, and any discussion? So moved.
We have to vote.
So we need to...
We have to vote.
Yes, I hear.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sabre.
Aye.
And,
Aye.
and Joanna Layton says aye, okay. Real quick, the next thing I want to do is the treasurer's report. That's for July report. And if you looked at it, bottom line here. We paid out in July to Susan Hannon 75, and another one on the 23rd for 75. We obviously got interest on the two accounts. The RDA savings account gave us 1023, and of course 1 cent on urban renewal. The balance as of 7/31, the checking account is $878.99. And the RDA savings account we have is $48,342.80. And the urban renewal plan is $1,280.55. This, if this approves with you, I'd like to have a motion to accept this treasurer's report for
Do
July.
we know, is there anything coming up for the checking account? Should we be moving money over, or are we okay for now?
No, I have nothing. The only thing I have is more of the secretary. That would
Okay.
be it. So we're good to go.
I'll make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report for August.
Did everything go through with the, what was that, Wade Street? All the permits that we had to do, or the
Yeah.
surveying, we did, that all went through?
Yeah, right here, we paid Arthur Borden $8,650 in March. Look at the
Oh,
March
yeah, okay,
line.
325 and 320.
Right, and then if you go to May, if you go to June, you'll see we paid Kathleen O'Donnell for the Wade Street closing. Our portion was $500.
Top of page 2.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Second page.
Okay, sorry.
Right. So I'll make a motion that we approve the August 2024 treasurer's report
Second.
as submitted.
No further discussion, let's vote.
Savory Moore says aye.
Roger?
Aye.
Joanna Layton says aye. Okay. The other thing now is real quick, you don't have to comment on number 1, is the vacancy. That's been, we had that meeting. Thank you, guys, by the way, we have that happened. August 9th, it's out as a deadline, but I think we should continue. Would you want to push it out again?
Yes, I would.
I would suggest it, right?
I would open-end it.
I asked Jill that, and she said she wasn't too good on that open end.
Then
I'm
let's
going to
make
talk
it
to
till
her again.
September 30th.
All right, September 30th, okay, let's do it that way. Okay. Is that okay, Roger, with you? September 30th, we're going to open that up. Okay, great. We did the treasurer's report, and let's go to the minutes real quick. We want to get those approved.
Okay.
you have any, otherwise, we should approve the minutes for June 11th, 2024.
Let me verify I was in attendance. Okay, I was, okay.
Right. They were very detailed. Susan does excellent job for us. And with that, I went through all of what was said, and I created an outline, and next month, I'm using that. We're gonna be using that for our meeting, of what you said individually to make us react to certain things as we should. Okay.
All right, so I had no corrections or issues with this, so I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for June 11th, 2024 as written.
Second,
Okay, I have a second, let's vote.
aye.
Savory Moore says aye.
Joanna Layton says aye. All right, now, the next one would be the 23rd, those were from the Select Board's meeting.
Right.
And Roger, you were present as well.
Yep.
I think we did a good job at that meeting.
Right.
We really did.
Because
yeah.
Mr. Germain withdrew his application, but was there was he going to try to find out more about it and maybe reapply, or? Is he
No,
just done?
I spoke with
Just
him.
done?
I think you lost interest at that point.
Yeah,
especially
I
this guy.
spoke with him on
Right.
Old Home Day, and he said no.
Okay,
And so,
all right.
I'm glad it opened the door for us with the Select Board. I think they need to know more about us, but that's for us to, at some point, they all know too. We are facilitators, we are not negotiators, so that was well taken. So if that's okay, and we can approve it, I need a motion for that one.
Motion to approve notes.
I'll second it.
Okay, no discussion, let's have a vote.
Savory Moore says aye.
Roger Nablett says aye.
Joanna Layton says aye, thank you.
Excellent.
Okay, the next thing, I think we got it here, is just those emails. Roger, you were not copied initially on the email that Bob Belbin sent us,
Right.
but now you have a chance to read it, but Savory was. And I would like to read it if you don't mind. Are we gonna have time for that? Are we gonna have time? If not, I'll just go.
What's
right
going on,
ahead.
another meeting?
Yeah, upstairs, Savory would like to go to a meeting.
Yeah, the Select Board's discussing traffic on the fair.
Okay. I'll forego the Bob the one that Bob got. If you have any questions on that, I gladly, we can answer that,
Okay, no
okay?
problem. Go on.
I would want to talk to you, though, real quick on Kevin Tracy. I did call him up. My intention is, and I've interviewed, or I talked to Kevin Tracy, I talked to Will Sinclair, and I've made a lot of notes, and we're going to be talking about that next month for sure.
Okay.
The person I haven't talked to was Steve Romano. He did call me, and I missed his call. Those were the three people that served from 2012 to 2022 on the board.
Okay.
Those are the ones I want to talk to. And so like I said, I got one more to go. But for Kevin Tracy, I sent him an email, as you well know. I had specific questions I asked him, and he wrote back to me. And with your permission, I'm going to read that. And Kevin said to me, for more info on privilege fees, see section 17.3, article 3. I included that for you so you can read more specific. He says, to be clear, as the current system is being provided by Middleborough, there would be no way to guarantee water at this time. If the needed repairs are made to the North Carver Water District, the commission could make that assurance. They would then assess a fee based on the requested gallons per day. The landowner would then request an in-kind exchange, and next month we'll talk about that. As an example, he puts out here, Landowner requests 35,000 gallons per day times the current cost per assessment, the unit of $49.25, or 49.25, it's not dollars, equals $1,723,750. The landowner agrees to build a standpipe as an alternative to the assessment. Win-win. Roger, you must remember that as well. To be clear, these are decisions for current and future water commissioners. True, I'm telling you. To touch on the three elements that I have always believed are core to the water district's mandate. I find this very important. Public health, now more than ever, it seems contamination is everywhere. This makes public water system important to everyone. Number two, public safety. Kind of goes without saying, but a standpipe would make that job a lot easier. And lastly, or number three, the reason we did all of this to begin with this economic development. Let me try that again, Joanna, you read it wrong. Lastly, the reason we did all of this to begin with was economic development. It has long been understood that in order to encourage commercial development on the Route 44 area, we would need to provide some level of public infrastructure. To its credit, Middleborough has always been kind to Carver with regard to public health and public safety, and are well within their rights to draw the line at that. Carver's economic development is on us to do. Feel free to reach out at any time. A lot of emphasis there. What is that telling us? We need to stay on top of what's going on, and we need to come in. There are a few more things that I learned when I spoke with Will St. Clair that I'll be bringing next month for us to know. So my estimation is this has to go. We have to have North Carver Water District. Middleborough is not going to service commercial. What they have today is what they're going to continue. So that means there would be no water going to this project if we don't service or begin North Carver Water District. Make sure it works. I don't know how you guys feel, but I surely feel about it. That's what I have to say. I don't know if you want to open up real quick, so we can hold this till next month if you want.
Well, I think that we need to find out what the North Carver Water District Commission is planning on doing.
Yep.
And has this been shared with them at all? Kevin Tracy's email?
No, I'm going to be calling Bob.
All right. Well, okay. I would call Bob. I would share this with Bob.
I'm making notes. Go ahead.
This puts just the emphasis on the fact that this isn't something that we can just turn off and say, Middleborough, help us out.
Exactly.
Because then we're going to be back to no income from that, and there's an agreement in place already that says that we have to provide water to Route 44.
Correct.
So,
So at the first line, though, to be clear, as the current system is being provided by Middleborough, there would be no way to guarantee water at this time. So they're currently providing water to that area?
True.
only to the
Current.
the people on Plymouth Street, and I believe the Shaws.
Yes,
and up down until
whoever the commercial ones were.
right down as far as CVS Cumberland.
Yeah.
To commercial properties.
Yeah,
Commercial properties,
right,
but
yeah.
that's they do not have the capacity nor the will, I believe,
I think it's more like the will.
to give us more.
To give us more water. So North Carver Water District would have to improve their facilities to be able to take on any more
That's
development,
correct.
et cetera.
That's correct.
Okay, so they have to upgrade or do whatever they have to do
Yes.
to take on the extra burden.
Correct.
Yes.
And Middleborough has never been asked, or
We've
to take
never.
on
I don't think that anything's gotten to the point where there were real numbers to go to Middleborough and ask. And that really would be, that would not be the town asking, that would be George asking, because it's his property. He would have to work a deal with Middleborough.
That removes us and the North Carver Water District then.
But, I mean, Middleborough's under no obligation to say yes, and if they say no, then Carver has already said yes, and we have to supply the water to him. So, I just feel that I wouldn't even think that Middleborough would be an option.
So we assume a no, and George has to work with the North Carver Water Department?
The town of Carver has to supply him with water, it's in the contract,
Okay.
somehow. So, and how that goes, I guess we'll talk about it at our next meeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna open that one up.
Okay, all right.
Well, maybe I was gonna tell you now, one of the pieces that I learned from, and I really gotta learn more about it, but when I spoke with Will St. Clair, he said that, I said to him, is water guaranteed to North Carver Water District? And he's like you, yes. The betterment has already been done. When they created their initial financial plan, they had to create betterment of all the property. Now, the North Carver Water District is not just urban renewal, it's huge. He told me where to go and get a plan so we could have that, so number
Okay.
one. Second thing, he said that the betterment is created so you could find out how much betterment was. But it was only for the Whitworth property, because in front, there were all these residential.
Right, yes.
And they were waived. We had a town vote, way back when, initially, we had a town vote, and the town voted to waive all the residential property from being bettered, only the commercial.
Okay.
So that's why he said to go there. So, and the biggest thing he told me about was all of their loans, all of the North Carver Water District loans, default, if they go belly up, will default to the taxpayer, quote unquote, the town.
Right.
So that's what would happen.
So it's a serious investment.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and there was also any kind of litigation that Route 44 would come back to, because they're guaranteed water,
There you go. There you go.
so. Okay.
So we can bring the rest out next month. We'll have this whole outline. I'll prepare it. I'm gonna share it with you guys, of course.
All right.
And I think we're good. Unless, Roger, you have any more questions? I don't. Well, I think we've done it.
Now I want to reread and chew on it.
Well, you do that. You do that. So I guess we can
All right, I'll
have a
make a
motion to
I
adjourn.
will make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Do I have a time?
6:49.
Okay, 6:49, okay, 6:49. Okay, let's vote.
Savory Moore says aye.
Roger?
Roger Noble, it says aye.
And Joanna Layton says aye. So we now have officially adjourned. Thank you.
Yay.